So one thing I've been thinking about the last few days is how people think that there's a very high barrier to entry to do music or to be a creative. They see these people on TikTok showing like their flashy setups, their flashy studios, and even bedroom studios have good bit of equipment in them and it can feel unattainable. So today I'm going to show you how to make a song on a budget, but it doesn't have to be amateur. With $50, a phone, and some creativity, you can make a song and you can make it sound however you want it to sound. And I wanted mine to sound like this. And you can still make something how you want it to sound. For example, I have a very budget setup and I make music that can sound like this. Into how I made this song, and let's get into what my setup looks like. So you believe me, I'm going into live cam. I've showed my setup many times on this channel, but this is what I'm rocking with right now, and it's not fancy, it is not Instagram worthy, but this is what it looks like. So a lot of people who make music on a computer call something a digital audio workstation, which is what they work in to make music, like FL Studio. You have Ableton, you have Bitwig, you have Logic, Pro Tools. If you've seen mine, you probably haven't recognized it because many people just don't really use it. And people will be like, oh, there's a reason. Dude, you can make music on it and it's cheap. So this is FL Studio Mobile. I use this to make this track and all my other tracks. And it was $30 to buy. So you can save up $30 to get this program, and if you want the extra bells and whistles, it'll be extra $7 to $10 from what I remember. So it's like $40 if you want everything, and $30 if you get the base model of it. And you can make songs with this, and I'll show you exactly how. I'm editing right now, and I realized that I was talking about the other digital audio workstations, and I forgot to bring up that they're like hella expensive, like anywhere from $200 to $500, $600, $700. So that is why I bring up getting it done on a budget. This is actually the first song I ever sang on, and I used my phone mic to sing because I don't have like a professional mic. I used to have like a little USB mic, but I don't have one anymore. I know people use the blue Snowball, it's pretty cheap, but I don't have one right now just with my move and everything else. So I use my phone mic and I recorded the idea on there. Peace of mind, I try. So how do we take that and make it sound like this? Try to find peace of mind, I to find, Well, we use something called plugins. And plugins are kind of like an extra little change to the sound. They're different levels, there's different kinds. There's a chorus, there's reverb, the delay, things that people are kind of used to. And FL Studio Mobile has all of those. You can put them on a track and actually create a different sound for that song. Instead of my voice sounding like it did in the first recording, it'll end up sounding like this. You can also find instruments in there. So if you add an instrument, you can add a sample. Like I recorded my voice on my phone and then I put it and sent it to email, downloaded it to my computer, and then added it as a sample into FL Studio Mobile. But you can also just record straight in if you do have a USB mic and you were able to make that work. So that's another way to do that. But I have to be difficult, so I did it the other way. Another thing is you can put instruments in this and create all types of sounds that you want to hear. I tend to go with a more beachy lo-fi sound. So when I made this piano, I made it in FL Studio. I took a normal piano, played out the chords, and then I added a little filter to it, and this is what we got. Using the features on there, I was able to chop my voice and get this little like baby effect type of sound. And I ended up getting this. All right, I'm going mobile. My puppy is following me. So we got to all those points. Now once we are finished with that, we can take our track and save it, and then we can work on it from there. So you can keep editing, keep creating, and then you can get your album art together and post your first song to Spotify, YouTube, and all the good stuff. This is the final result. If you enjoyed this and you want to hear more music tips and budget ideas, then subscribe to my channel. I'm doing this for 365 days straight, so you'll have something to look at every day, and I will see you tomorrow.